Hey people, welcome back to another episode of Conversations with Jen, where I'm speaking to people who are impacted by sickle cell to educate you guys and raise awareness of the condition. Today's guest is a cute one. She's not just pretty on the gram, she's pretty in our real life too. Please introduce yourself to the people there, let them know who you are and what you do.
Hi, I'm Aisatu. I am a content creator, sickle cell advocate, charity owner, do hair as well. Do quite a lot of things.
Yes.
But yeah.
Thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you for having me.
It's so nice to, as I always say, like, we build these relationships online.
Yeah.
And then to see you in real life and in person.
A lot better.
It's like, 100 times better, and the energy's just there and everything. So thank you so much. So as we go on, I know obviously we know each other through a common thing, which is we both have sickle cell.
Yeah.
But can you share with me like your journey with sickle cell?
Yeah.
Like, so baby you, what sickle cell do you have, if it's SSSC, and like what was your childhood like? Who else in your family has it? Like, just give me the full rundown.
Okay then. So I was diagnosed with sickle cell at 5.
Mm-hmm.
So when I was born in Liberia, so my mum didn't know I had sickle cell because they don't, like, back then they just never really tested for it. I don't even think they test for it now like that. Mm-hmm. They didn't really know what it was. So when my mum came to the UK, she wasn't aware that I had sickle cell. So every time I would have a crisis, like, she would still be like, oh my God, like, what's going on? But it got to a point where it was so frequent that she might have thought like I was just kind of doing it to like stop her from going out. Because to be fair, my crisis when I was younger was triggered by a lot of stress.
Okay.
And every time my mum would leave, I would have like a panic attack. So then that would,
mommy's girl.
Yeah, so then that would like send me into a crisis. So in her defense, she probably thought, yeah, you just don't want me to go out and have fun, don't you? But I think the day I found out was she went out and she left me at the next door neighbour's house, because the next door neighbour used to like babysit all the kids on the street. And then I had a crisis and the neighbour was like, yeah, I'm gonna take your daughter to the hospital because I've got other kids here and like I don't know what's going on, but she's in a lot of pain, I can't give her my attention, so I've called the ambulance and then can you meet them? Their mum was like, yeah, I'm on my way now. And yeah, they done the test. I'm like, oh, your daughter's got sickle cell anemia, so I've got SS. And she was like, oh, okay, what does that mean? Did she know what it was at the time? She was really confused. She was like, what's that? Like, what does that mean? So the doctor explained it to her, and then that's how she realised she has SC. And
she has SC?
Yeah, so she's got the trait.
Okay.
And pretty much all my aunties have the trait as well, and they didn't know that either. So if I didn't find out, none of them would have known. So then does
anyone else in your family have SS then? Or,
no,
or
I'm the only one with SS.
Wow.
Yeah. I don't know if I feel like I'm happy that they don't have it, to be fair, because it's like, ugh. But sometimes I'm like, yeah, I don't really know what this is.
No. Like, why?
Yeah.
I'm not the only one.
Yeah. I think growing up that used to like trigger me a little bit, but now I'm kind of like, it's alright.
Do you have other siblings?
Yeah, I've got 2 younger brothers.
And they don't
even have SC, they're just AA, so thank God, alhamdulillah, for that.
Okay, well that's good.
Yeah.
So what was your childhood like? So found out at 5.
Yeah.
School, like, got onto college. Was you quite vocal about having sickle cell?
I literally didn't talk about having sickle cell until I hit university.
Wow.
I think in primary school, I would mention that I was ill, but to be fair, I don't think I knew what sickle cell was, if I'm honest, until university.
Yeah.
Like, I knew I had it, but to me, it was just kind of a burden. It was just like something I have that causes me pain. That's it. That was all I knew. So, yeah. So I feel like in, like, primary school, secondary school, a few people knew, but I don't think they even really knew. I was just always ill. But I never,
and that was just
it. Yeah, I just kind of never really spoke about it until I always talk about this one friend, and she, her name's Lily. So like in college, when I first met my group of friends, which I absolutely love and still friends with now, I told Lily I had sickle cell, and she went home and she done a bunch of research on sickle cell. Like, literally came back with like pages of like notes on sickle cell, and I was thinking, I haven't even done that. So
thanks.
Like, I was like, damn, okay, you care. Oh, that's so cute. And I feel like I went home. Oh, sorry, I went home and I was just like, damn, like, okay, maybe I should tell more people. Like, maybe it's not a bad thing. Yeah. And I always tell it every time. I'm like, without you, I don't think I would have had the charity. I would have been a sickle cell advocate. I don't think I would have even been vocal about sickle cell at all. So I always literally thank her. And then from then, that was like first year of college. Then I started telling more people in college, but still never like spoke about it too much. But I just started to like think about speaking about it, and like actually tell a few more people. And then I got to uni, and then I met one of my best friends. And literally the first day I was like, oh, by the way, I've got sickle cell.
Like, you just came up with it, like, that's it?
The first, I was like, oh wow.
Let me try a different way of doing this.
Normally it takes me a minute, but literally the first day I was like, hi, my name's Aisatu. What's yours? Oh, that's great. Oh, I've got sickle cell, you know?
What was her reaction? Like, what was her reaction?
She was like, oh, okay.
Cool.
Great.
But
what is it?
These friends have been supportive and
literally, without, like, love my group of friends. Like, without them, I don't think I would have gotten through a lot of, like, moments with sickle cell as well. Like, they're literally always there for me. Even when I'm in hospital, they're there. Like, they're there with me, or they're on the phone, or they're, like, bringing me snacks and food and things like that. And it's honestly, like, amazing. Like, I love them.
It's so important to have, like, a really good support system. Because I think that as much as, like, we're the ones that have to go through it, that helps so much to have people to lean on.
Literally.
Or just some things that we don't have to think about because, you know, they've got you.
Exactly.
Well.
Like,
I love
honestly.
that. So, in terms of, like, throughout that period, did you miss a lot of school due to sickle cell?
Yeah.
And how did you, like, find that growing up, missing time, missing out on things? Because you've been to uni and done all that. How?
God. Because
I hear you.
like, I don't even know. But I know, like, throughout secondary school, definitely missed a lot. I think I was, like, so close to, like, missing my maths GCSE as well. Then uni, missed a lot. But with you, I've always had, like, supportive schools, I guess. So, like, my teachers always understood, lecturers understood. So I was always had extra time with, like, uni essays and stuff, so I could write while I was in hospital. I was actually doing essays in the best. Like, I was thinking, now, this is, do I quit now? Like, I'm literally in a full-blown crisis, unable to basically talk, but I'm typing my essay. Like, typing my essay, making sure at least I can get it in by my due date. And I'm like, damn, okay.
That's some dedication.
That is so real dedication. I thought, uni's not for everyone. Like, let me just quit, because I was going through it.
Listen, kudos to you, because I did not go to uni. I was glad that, like, when I finished college and my mum was just like, oh, you know, what do you... In fact, I think it was, like, probably my final year of college. She was kind of asking me, like, what you want to do. And I remember just... I knew that I didn't want to go because I really had been having a bad time with sickle cell. And before I even answered, she was like, you know, there's no pressure. You don't have to go. You don't... Like, there's so many different ways of making an income and having a career, and, you know, you can just do what... And I was just like, thank you. Like, because it just wasn't... I just don't think it was ordained for me. That was not the path I was meant to take.
I don't think uni's for everyone. I'm not going to lie. I don't. No. Like, I'm going to tell my kids it's not necessary. But
you did it. You did it. You got through it.
Yeah.
You mentioned that, you know, throughout that education journey, your teachers were understanding.
Yeah.
The lecturers were understanding. Was that down to you telling them about it, or did you just get lucky, do you think?
I think I got lucky first, as well as telling them. So I had to let them know. With, like, college and... Okay, with college, I told my teachers, but because I did drama, I was like, let's find the easiest course.
Yeah, I did, like, performing arts and music, tech and things.
Yeah, I was like, that's great. I like that. I was like, maybe I'll be an actor. That's what I'm going to do.
You never know.
You never know.
I'm waiting. Guys, I'm waiting for it.
Listen, anyone wants to like have me,
Look at this one.
I've got like 5 years in drama. Yeah.
She can do this.
I've got it. So I think because I did so my teachers were really just chilled. Like,
That's
okay,
good.
cool.
That's good.
Fine. Don't worry.
So, like, with your sickle cell, because of course you look fabulous, as do all my guests when they come on the show. But sickle cell is it's an invisible condition. You can't see some of the difficulties that we've been through, the complications we've been through, and everything like that. Have you had any like really serious complications due to sickle cell surgeries, anything like that?
I had my gallbladder taken out during uni.
That was because of gallstones, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Did that trouble you for a long time?
Yeah. Oh my god.
I had that too, and I know worst feeling ever.
I feel like I was in pain for like a good year before they even decided to do an ultrasound and say, you know what, you've got gallstones, let's remove it. Like
a whole year. So every time you was unwell, they just thought it was a crisis?
They were giving me like Gaviscon, and I was like, this is not working.
I'm so disappointed.
Like they were
because gallstone pain.
It's not. At one point, I was like to Mum, I would rather be in a crisis right now because I'm familiar with a crisis pain. I'm not familiar with stomach pain. This pain, I was on the bathroom floor, naked, just laying there for the cold. Like, oh my god,
horrible.
I was going through it, and then
so after a whole year of that, they eventually.
I think my mum got fed up. I got fed up, so I went to A&E, and I was like, I'm not leaving here until you've done every test you can. And they're like, oh, it's just stomach pains. I was like, it's not stomach pains, and I'm not leaving until you've done it. If you want, tell everyone they can carry me out. I'll come back tomorrow. We're not going anywhere. Like,
it's sad that sometimes you have to get to that point with them.
I was literally like, I'm not going. So that's between you and take it up with your supervisor, take it up with security. I'm not leaving. Yeah. And then they're like, okay, cool. We'll do an ultrasound and we'll like do a couple more scans. I said, yeah, do that. And then they done this ultrasound. I'm like, oh, okay.
She has gallstones.
You've got gallstones, and you're gonna have to have surgery to take them out. And I was like,
Just a stomach ache, huh?
After a year, surgery.
That is so
That's
bad.
so cute, isn't it? And then but the process after finding out was quite fast. I think I had like my surgery like 2 months after.
And has it helped like since then?
Yeah, I can't lie. I put on a lot of weight after that as well.
Really?
Yeah, like a lot.
Is that just because you wasn't keeping food? Because with me, I couldn't keep food down. I was like constantly throwing up and stuff. So because you've now actually been able to eat and enjoy.
Yeah.
You just keep eating.
Yeah. And plus, I was like really skinny anyway prior. So like, I used to eat a lot before I had the gallstones. But I just never used to put on weight. I had a fast metabolism. And then I had my gallbladder taken out, and literally, I think I went up from a size 6 to like a size 10/12 in a year. Wow. Or probably less than a year.
Was that a good thing for you though?
I don't even know.
Well, because I know like for me, I was smaller than I am now, and I always my aim was to put on weight.
It was in the beginning.
So, and then now you're like, now we have to moderate this.
Yeah, because I was like, okay, I'm kind of liking this new weight, great.
Kept going.
We're looking healthy. Okay, it's not stopping. Right, I'm a size 12. Okay, let's figure this out.
Let's try and do something.
And then I don't know what happened, and then I just stopped gaining weight.
So you're kind of
lost a lot of weight again because I kept getting ill. Yeah. So it's just like my weight was going up and down, but now I'm just like a solid 8, 10. Nice. I'm like, okay.
And you're happy with
that? I like this weight. Let's stay here.
You like it. That's good. And I'm glad to hear that you can gain weight. I always find that it's hard to gain.
Yeah.
And then as soon as I'm sick, within a couple of days, it's just...
No, because literally...
I'm looking very unwell.
As soon as I'm ill, I've gone from a 10 to a 6.
Within
I'm
days.
Like, okay, but that's not fair, come back.
And then you have to... Nothing fits you.
And I literally just bought clothes. So...
we've got to get back there.
I can't return them right now. Like,
Too late.
You're gonna have to fit.
So at the moment, are you on any form of treatment for your sickle cell?
I'm on hydroxy. However, I barely take it, so I'm not gonna say I'm on hydroxy anymore because it's been too long and I have not.
Is that when you say you barely take it, is it like intentional that you kind of, it's not something you want to be on, or you just forget?
I think in the beginning it was just, I kept forgetting because my dose was like really high. Okay. So it was like 3 tablets during the week and then 4 on the weekends, and I hate capsules. Like, I'd rather swallow a normal pill than...
Here's what I found.
Oh. Okay, we don't ask
Siri, we weren't talking to you.
Yeah, we weren't really talking to you. But thanks. Yes, I would normally like the tablets, but the capsules are just, I was finding it really hard to keep down, and I was just like, okay, I'm over this.
So what other, apart from, you not wanting to take capsules, did you have any other kind of symptoms or reactions to it, or?
I found out that my hair was thinning because of it as well. Okay. But I only found out because my friend's Maya, she's got sickle cell as well. And she was like, yeah, like,
it's one
hydroxy
of the symptoms.
Makes you have. And I was like,
it makes your hair fall out.
No way. I was like, I lost edges. and I didn't know that this is, here I was thinking is because I did this and I lost edges. No. I stopped it. No. And then I just came back and I was like, great. Well, kind of came back.
So you think that was it? Was you put on hydroxy because of something like serious that happened, or was it just a recommendation?
It was, I think I've been on it, I was on it when I was like 16. Okay. Probably a bit, maybe like 15 even. I think we started hydroxy when I was in year 11. Mm-hmm. So what's that?
Is that because 15? You were sick a lot?
I was always always in hospital.
Did it, when you originally started and was taking it as best you could, did it help?
I think it did a little bit. Like for the 2 years of college, I was on hydroxy like fully every day, and I didn't get ill as much as I did in secondary school. Okay. So it did kind of help. And then I did notice that when I stopped taking it in like first year of uni, my health went downhill. Oh, okay. Like for the last 2 years of uni, I don't even remember being in uni. Like I was in hospital more. Wow. Like every 2 weeks I was ill. And then I was like, maybe let me try it again. So I started taking it again. It was regular. Like it was helping. But then I stopped taking it. And for the last 2 years, I haven't taken it. And my health has only just started to regulate itself now without it. So my doctors are not too fussed that I'm not taking it. Okay, babe, it's all right. Thank you.
Do you think you want to see how that goes, as in without the hydroxy? Or is it something that you want to just see how you get on?
Yeah. I'm not a fan of pills.
Yeah, neither am I. And sometimes I think, you have to figure out what works for you in that sense. So we've done kind of your early years, education, she's a graduate and all of that. How has sickle cell, if it has, affected your kind of dating, relationships? Has it? When do you tell your dates that you have sickle cell? Do you tell them?
It hasn't affected it as much, if I'm honest. I feel like as soon as you start talking to me, because if you ask me what I do, I tell you I own a charity. And then
the leading questions,
I'm going to tell you I own a sickle cell charity. Oh, why do you do that? Because I've got sickle cell, babe. Yeah.
And that's it. That's the easiest. That's what I do too.
It's just the most easy.
Drop that in there.
Literally. Within the first couple of conversations, I would have just dropped it there. Okay. So it's already there. It's honestly, no one's been like, oh my God, I'm not going to date you. But yeah, no, it's been right.
And for you, do you, or have you then, I don't know how far you've got in dating or whatever, do you find out if they have sickle cell, or if they know about it and stuff like that?
There's been one who's told me, but yeah.
What did he tell you? Did he have it? Did he not?
Yeah, he had the trait.
He had the trait?
It's kind of sad.
Did you, what do you?
No, it's just, because I'm not looking to have a family with someone that has the trait, because I'm not trying to bring anyone into this life with sickle cell. So it's not something I would like take seriously if you've got the trait.
Okay.
It won't be serious. Like,
That's it.
we're going to
not-
establish it's not serious from the beginning, and
then
just
that's just it.
at least we know what it is and no one can get hurt. But I'm not with it.
I respect that. Do you think, is that because of what you've been through? You just wouldn't want?
Yeah, it's just not it. Like, bringing a child, I feel like the child would resent me
For knowing
that I did it. Yeah, because like, as much as I don't resent my parents, but they didn't know. So like, days I'm like in pain and I'm like, oh, how could you? Like, when I was younger, I used to be thinking, this is your fault. Like, this is because of you. But they didn't know. I knew, and I went and done it.
Still done it.
It's a bit selfish. I don't think I could do that.
I hear you with that
No.
one. I hear you. So talk to me about your charity. Please tell all. How did you start it? Just give me the full rundown.
I'll start. So it's actually my mum's idea.
Okay.
So when she found out I had sickle cell, one of her first thoughts were, oh my God, so I'm Liberian and Guinean, so it's like everyone in Liberia, like a lot of them have it and they don't know. How can I spread awareness there? So then like she used to speak to my doctors about it as well, and then they were like willing to like try help her start a charity, but I feel like she just came into the country, there's so much going on. She's not looking to start a charity, like it would be really hard for her. So as I got older, I was hearing the idea and I was like, it's a good idea, I like the idea, but I didn't have a great relationship with sickle cell, so to me it was just kind of like, okay.
It's so true.
Yeah.
It's so true. And obviously, to as I say in Jamaica, stick a pin in the charity stuff, but the relationship that you have with sickle cell, I feel like it very much determines how you go about it and what you do. Literally,
because I was just like,
So when did that turning point happen for you?
Just before I started the charity. Literally.
Okay, so that was a defining moment.
I think because my relationship with sickle cell was just, no. It was just all negative. To be fair, it's still kind of negative, but it's a lot more positive now. It's like, I don't know, like I'm very much it is what it is. Like, I've got it, there's nothing I can do. I can't come and kill myself. I can't cry. I can't be depressed anymore. Like, it's okay. Like, let's just get over it. Let's move on. There's so much more to life than having sickle cell. Like, I can do so many things with or without it. It doesn't make a difference. So I feel like after I had that turning point, actually no, it was after I had therapy. Yeah, that's when.
Okay, let's just dive into therapy real quick. Because I was going to ask, because you saying that, you don't have a great relationship with sickle cell.
I just realised.
I was going to ask, like, how has sickle cell impacted your mental well-being?
No.
Because that's something that I guess more people are speaking about now.
Yeah.
But we don't necessarily get that support off the bat, like when we're born, once we're grown as children. How did you get into that?
Oh my God.
How did you get into therapy?
Yeah, so I think it was 2020, like COVID time. And I think my mental health just dropped. Like, I was so depressed. I was like, I want to end it all right now. And I was in a crisis as well. And it's like my 7th crisis of the year. And I was just over it. I was like, I'm here every 2 weeks. Like, me and these nurses, I might as well become a nurse. Like, I'm here. I was over it. And I remember, like, I was speaking to my friend. And I was like, I'm not going to lie. Like, life's not... It's not great. I might, not thinking about it. I'm not gonna lie. And then I spoke to my hematologist, and they were like, "Let's refer you to." I think that's when they started the whole like talking therapists with like the hematologists and stuff. And they're like, "Oh, we've like started this new thing. Let's refer you." I was like, "I'm here for it. I'm here for it. Send me." And then I had like my first therapy session, which was like on the phone. And I was like, okay.
How did you find
it works? But I don't know, like, it took me a couple different therapists to finally be like, okay, cool.
This one's working for me.
Like
I found that too.
Yeah, like the first one, I was like,
Were they specialists? Like, so the therapists that you had, did they understand sickle cell?
Yeah, like the first one understood sickle cell. Like she worked with the hematologist team as well, so it was just kind of like that. And we spoke about it, and we spoke about my issues with sickle cell and like, yeah, just life in general. And then I don't know, like after the session, or like after the 6 weeks, I was just kind of like, it worked, but like I still feel the same. Do you know what I mean? Like I'm gonna live, yay, hooray! But like,
still got sickle cell.
Do you know what I mean?
I found with therapy that when people who don't have like a chronic illness or ongoing problem go to therapy, there's an end goal, which is like, you know, okay, if you're going to marriage therapy, it's so that you can be happy in your marriage. If you're going for this, there's an end result.
Literally,
sickle cell is not going anywhere. So like, I felt like the more that I spoke about it, the more I unpacked stuff, especially when you're getting me to unpack half an hour through, and then you're like, well, it's been...
I'm like, no, I'm not finished. I'm not done.
You can't leave me in tears.
No, because literally that was me. And then I realised that sickle cell I had so many insecurities that stemmed from sickle. I was thinking, oh my God, I'm going through it.
When you start unpacking, it's like it just gets more and more and more and more.
It took me 3 therapists to finally be okay mentally. And even now I'm still like, I might go find another therapist, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
I feel like therapy is a continuous thing.
I definitely feel like the 6 weeks and
it's not
programs
enough.
and 12 weeks programs, I think that therapy is something that we should be on
continuously
all the time,
honestly,
for sure.
Because after the second therapist, that's when I was like, okay, cool. But I started to realize I had confidence issues because of sickle cell. But I didn't realize I had confidence issues. I thought I was just kind of like shy.
Yeah, like therapy will do this thing where it's like, this is actually the problem you have.
I was like, oh, okay.
Why do I have that problem?
I was like, okay, that makes so much sense. Okay, cool. And then I was like, great. Thanks for letting me know that I have confidence issues. What do we do?
Yeah.
And then it was like, after that, I realised, oh no, I'm just like, I've got anxiety. When did I have anxiety? I didn't even realise.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's like all of that. And I realised like, just sickle cell just gave me so many other mental struggles, and I was like, oh my God, it's never ending with this. It's like physical and mental. Pick a struggle.
Pick one.
You can't do both.
You do. We do.
I know, that's the problem.
We navigate both,
and we actually do well.
Even with all of those struggles and everything, you set up the charity.
Yeah.
African Sickle Cell Aid. Africa Sickle Aid.
Yeah.
So what do you do in the charity? Let's unstick the pin now, because I feel like we
went everywhere. So we send care packages and support to people with sickle cell in Africa. We're currently based in Liberia, but the aim is to go all over Africa, like eventually. Siri's about to talk again. Yeah,
Siri really wants to be part of this conversation.
I don't understand.
Anyone would think that Siri sponsored
because
the Conversations
really
with Jen
not.
podcast.
I'm trying to just turn it off, and it's just not. Okay, cool.
So you want it to eventually be
all over
countries.
Africa, and like God willing. So yeah, we send care packages and support to people with sickle cell in Africa.
How is it going? And you know, what impact do you think you've made so far?
I think it's going quite well. I have like taken a break from it for the last like 2 months. I think there was a lot going on in my life, and I was like, okay, something's got to be put on pause. Like I can't be everywhere. So I think last year? Might have been last year. We partnered with Sanya's Health, and we sent, I think, over 100 care packages to people with sickle cell in Africa. In the care packages, we have medication, so like we have paracetamol, ibuprofen, vitamin C. What else? We've just got a bunch of like, I think we've got like cod liver oil, like just a bunch of like good vitamins that help me and help other people with sickle cell as well. We've got hot water bottles, journals, just like a bunch of like little things. It's like, it's not just for people with sickle cell, but it helps you mentally as well. Like journal you can record it as a pain diary, you can record it as literally just a journal, a notebook, anything you need it for. And then we've got a pamphlet that kind of explains what sickle cell is, because I think a lot of people don't actually know. So it explains, like, it really briefly explains what sickle cell is, who Africa Sickle Aid is, and also just a list of like things that you can do to help with the pain. So like just like distractions and like step-by-step guides of things that I do like when I'm in pain. So like I would always start with the quickest, like whether it's ibuprofen or naproxen, I'll start with that, and then hot water bottle and just kind of hot rub and things like that, because I know they like, for them to get access to morphine or any opioids, it's just a struggle, and not everyone can do that. So any step like that they can take without having to go to the hospital, we try to like write it. Our numbers are there as well, so they literally, I was actually speaking to one earlier today, like they have my contact details, they can message me, call me if they need help, and I'll like, if I'm not busy, I'll like get back to them, reply to them, let them know what they need, what they don't need. I've got a team in Liberia as well, so like my family's there, so my cousins take care of everything on that side. So if I can't pick up, they can call direct line to my cousin who has a Liberian number. She can meet them, give them painkillers if they're running low. She can meet them, give them advice. Even though she doesn't have sickle cell, but she's really like, she's just done a lot of research into it, and she's really passionate about it. So yeah, like it's really good. It's really like, I don't know, like every time I look back, I'm like, oh, okay.
I did that.
We did that, yeah. Like I look back at some of the videos from like last year when we send the care packages, and like my auntie held like a whole big meeting and everything and got a bunch of people together. And I was like, wow, there's actually like 80 people here. That's crazy.
That's so good.
Literally.
And do you go back often, or have you been back?
I went back last year. That was the first time I'd gone back since like properly starting the charity and like kicking it off. It was great to see, but it was also just a reminder of why I'm doing this. And like,
I was going to ask, what was that experience like?
It was heartbreaking. Like, it was a reminder of just, I've got to keep doing what I'm doing. I can't stop. Like, I went back, and I was, one of our members, may his soul rest in peace. He was he was really like close to my heart as well. I found out when I came back, I found out that his dad is somehow related to like our family, so technically we were even like related, and I was like, oh my god, I didn't even know. But bless him, he was so passionate about sickle cell, and so passionate, like he was helping us run everything as well. Like he was so passionate about getting everything done. He was a poet. He used to write poetry about sickle cell, and he always used to tell me, he's like, we're gonna do this, like we're gonna make a difference. Like people don't understand what's going on, and they don't understand how we feel, but we're gonna do this, and like we can do this. Like it's really easy. Like he would give me ideas and stuff, and honestly, like, oh my god, I cried. I think I cried for like a day and a half, like straight, when he passed, and mostly because it just could have been prevented. So like he was in hospital, and I went to the hospital to see him, and I was just looking at the hospital thinking, no, there's no way. There's no way this is a hospital. There's no way. They have one oxygen tank for the whole hospital.
What?
One big hospital tank. Oxygen tank for the whole hospital. I was thinking, you're kidding me. I was like, you're lying. Like, there's just no way. Like, he generally needed oxygen as well, and I was like, oh, but he can't give it to him for long. What do you mean you can't give it to him?
In turns,
yeah. It's like one between like 12 patients. I'm like, okay, cool, whatever. So he was having a crisis, and I think he was in his legs and lower back, and like he was just in so much pain. Like he was I couldn't even stand in the room because he was crying, and I was like, Mom, I know the pain he's in. Like I can feel the pain. Yeah. Like, I'm like, you lot are here, but you lot don't understand the pain. I know what he's in, and I can't help him. There's nothing I can do. Like, I had to leave. And I was like speaking to the doctor. I was like, okay, so what are you doing for him? Like, what are you giving him? And like, there's nothing much we can do. We just have to allow the pain to stop. We've given him paracetamol. And I don't remember what other painkillers they gave him, but it was just very stupid. And I just remember looking at him like, if I fight you right now, who's gonna stop me? Because I really want to I was so annoyed. Luckily I had a little bit of naproxen with me, because I always travel with naproxen. So I gave him my last like packet. I was like, take 2 now and take 2 in another 2 hours. I'll call you to let you know when to take it. I think that helped with his pain a little bit. Even though I don't think I was supposed to do that, but
yeah, do you know what? We've been there. We help each other.
Literally, I was like, I don't know what else. Like, they're not giving you anything to help you, so I'm gonna try my best. But I remember him saying like the pain, like he was like, this pain is different. Like, this is not like this is different. Like, I need blood. Like, I feel like I need blood. I need a transfusion. How he was like, I need a transfusion. And I was like, is there no way? They were like, we don't have any in this hospital, like, that would have to pay to get him transferred to, like, an expensive hospital. And it's like, I don't even have that much money to be able to help you to do that.
And is it the same, I'm guessing it's the same in Liberia, like in a lot of other African countries, where if someone needs blood, you need to get the people to donate the blood for them to have.
Yeah, literally. So I was just like, okay, what do we do? I don't even know. And we left the hospital with, I think his sister was still there and his dad was there. And we just left, I just left feeling like, I felt like shit for the rest of the day. I was in so much, I don't even know. I was just like, I want to go home. Like, I don't want to be here anymore. Don't want to. And then we got home. Next day, his dad called and was like, oh, by the way, Abby just died. I remember Mom told me, I just started crying. I cried. And then I called our team here. And I was like speaking to my friend Hannah, because she also has sickle cell, and Samaya also has sickle cell, and they're all a part of the charity. And they know like how much Abby's helped us and everything. So I called them and I was like, don't know how to say this, but yeah, he just died. And literally we were on the phone crying with each other. I was like, I was like, okay, this is crazy.
It's so hard.
And then, yeah, I came back and I just amped up the work. I was like, yeah.
It kind of just gives you more motivation.
Like, I can't let all his dreams go to waste. Like, what? No, he had so many. No. I was like, nah. He had so many like dreams and ambitions, especially for sickle cell in Liberia as a whole. Like, he wanted to do so much for sickle cell in Liberia, and I literally was like to his dad and sister, I was like, I'm gonna do what he wanted to do, like regardless. I don't care how long it takes me.
Gonna get it done.
But we're gonna do what he wanted to do, and that's that. Don't worry about that. Like, I'm still in contact with his sister now. Like, I try to help her if we can. Currently, she wants to go to like, obviously she needs to go to uni and stuff like that. So I'm like trying to help with like school fees and things like that, and just trying to do as much as we can.
Does she have sickle cell?
She does as well. So it was like, yeah, she does. It's really hard for her as well, because she's kind of like, I don't think she knows how to like navigate.
Yeah, and also losing someone
to sickle cell.
And
it's
knowing
like,
that you have it.
And it's like, that's literally what I was.
It's
like,
a complete.
Because I was like, it's a complete different story. Because it's like, anyone could be in, like, I could have been in that predicament. I'm thinking like, I can't be in this country long, because if I have a crisis,
what's gonna happen?
My painkillers won't last me that long.
Yeah.
Like, the ones I've got with me, I don't know how long they're gonna last me. We got, let's wrap up this trip and go home.
It's tough. It's
hard.
Tough having, I feel like we're in the UK, we're fighting for a struggle here, and then when you go and visit other countries, especially where sickle cell, like the amount of people that live with sickle cell in these countries are crazy. Like, I remember going to Nigeria and going to Gambia, and when you see it, it's like, on one hand you feel grateful, for what you have, but on the other hand, you just feel so guilty, like this could also be me. On that subject of kind of like, you know, seeing what your friend or family member even went through, probably needing blood, not being able to get blood.
Yeah.
And then looking at what we have in the UK, where it's like we have the facilities of a blood bank, we have people that can donate blood, but then the people that just don't donate blood, and the need for it.
I need to donate blood.
Yeah, I was gonna ask. She used the camera.
Yeah, I get it right there.
What do you have to say about that, or what are your thoughts on that?
I feel like I think I'm lucky that I don't need regular blood transfusions, but that's just because that's like just
that's just me. Have you had needed one before?
I've had like at least 3 or 4. But even the ones that I've had, I've been like grateful to anyone that's donated. But I've literally got friends that live off blood exchanges.
Same.
And it's like without that, they would constantly be in pain and they're constantly in pain anyway, but they'd be in hospital way more than they are now. They wouldn't be able to have like a normal-ish life. And it's just like, babe, like just donate blood. It's not hard. And it's like, oh, I'm scared of needles. Okay, but so am I.
And you have no choice.
Like my mom used to pin me down to get injections. Like, I'm scared of needles too, babe. Let's just be donating the blood, because if I could, I would. Like, I would if I really could, but I can't and you can. So why don't you just do?
There you go.
Donate blood.
If you was to give one piece of advice to someone that was growing up with sickle cell, trying to navigate this world, what would that be?
Honestly, I just always say like it works out in the end. Like, it's gonna be okay. Like, you can do whatever you want to do despite having sickle cell. Like, it's not a death sentence. You can do what you want to do. You can explore the world. You can live your life. You can travel. You can anything you want to do. You can still do it. Like, sickle cell does limit you in some situations, but it doesn't limit your dreams. So don't like ever feel like you need to dream small because you've got sickle cell. Like, I remember thinking I couldn't do certain things because I'm like, oh, but I might get ill. Okay, and
then what?
Yeah, like now, like the mindset I have now is, okay, I might get ill, but that's fine. If I'm ill, I'm ill. Like, I can't control it. If I do fall ill, so be it. I'm gonna be ill for that week, take another week off. That's cool. I'm just gonna have to rearrange everything and work with it. It's okay. It's gonna be fine. Continue. Like, life is too short to just be dwelling on the fact that you've got sickle cell and like you can't do nothing, because now you've spent half your life just being sad that you've got sickle cell and then being in pain because you're sad and then stressing yourself out and then having a crisis because you're stressed, and it's just a long cycle, and I've been through it. And the last like year and a half when I've changed my mentality has been like the best year. I've had like an amazing year and a half.
I love that.
And that's just health-wise, mentally, I'm just a lot better. I'm like, I can do what I want to do despite anything. Like, I've been outside. Like things I didn't used to do when I was younger, because I was like, oh, I don't want to go out this day. I don't want to go out. Like, I still think about it, but like, I'm like, what's the worst that can happen? I have a crisis.
We already know the worst.
I've already done it. Let's go. Like, it's okay.
I love that.
Like, it's just, like, the worst, apart from having a crisis, like, what else could happen? Because really and truly, I could walk out, God forbid, but like, I could walk out and just drop for no reason.
Anyone at any time.
And it couldn't even be sickle cell related. Exactly. And now, so yeah, man, just do what you got to do. Live your life. Like, it's honestly, it's not that deep. Like, it's fine.
Before we wrap up, do you have any questions for me?
Oh my God, what was it like writing a book?
Gosh, writing the book was fun and easy. Yeah. Trying to get it published and out to the big wide world was not so fun and easy. But I actually put up a post about this, that just saying that, you know, sometimes when you get all the no's or when the doors are closed, it's just meant to happen.
Yeah.
You have to keep going. Like, if you get a no, it's just the faster route to the yes. If the door is closed, you just weren't meant to open that door. You have to keep going. So I had publishers telling me, like, there's no need for the book. There's no audience. All of this kind of thing. And I was just like, now I give thanks because the royalties are all mine, you know?
And that's
like, but it was great. It was great. And I think...
No, because it's actually amazing. I wish I had something like this when I was younger.
That's the whole reason why I wrote the books in the first place. I think for me, it's like you said, when you was in school, you didn't talk about it much because you didn't really know how to.
Yeah, it never came up ever.
Didn't know how to explain it to people, so I just didn't. So I felt like by creating these, I'm able to give children with sickle cell the confidence to speak about it, and then their friends can advocate for them as well because they know a little bit and whatever. So
I love it.
That. But I'm glad I did it, and yeah, that was that journey.
And that's on period.
Thank you so much for joining me. It has been an absolute pleasure.
It's been amazing. It's been a great talk.
Bye, guys.
Bye.